Hey guys, it's Roxanne from RoxanneLynch.com. Hey, how's it going in your neck of the woods today? Okay, I was discussing this with some of my girls the other day. We're talking about, giving your best foot forward when it comes to posting on Facebook. What is going to be the most productive and efficient and effective for your time? Kind of giving you the biggest whammy for your time when we are posting on Facebook. So I want to give you some of my best tips and tricks that I've been sharing with my team. And I do share some of my insider secrets out to you guys on Facebook. So let's hop right into this. I really am excited to share some of these ideas with you. These are some of the team trainings that I share with my girls and their girls, and it's something that is very duplicatable, very doable, so you guys can have some more results when we're posting on Facebook, and kind of giving you your biggest buck for your time, your biggest bang, right? So let's pop into this. So remembering that the basic rules of engagement with Facebook are constantly and sifting and sorting and changing all the time. So it's really important that we're being very proactive and being attentive. We're business owners. We're network marketers. We work from home, we work from our phones, we work from our offices, sometimes the bathrooms. So time is very precious. And knowing if our time is our most precious commodity, what we do on Facebook has to really have an impact that we desire, okay? And remembering that our Facebook population is growing every single day. So what we do has to be sweet, has to have impact, have to have insight, and has to make people basically stop scrolling and pay attention to you. And there's some tricks that we can do so you guys become more visible in front of your audience. Now, obviously, it helps to be visible, but it helps more to be posting the right things that are going to catch your audience's attention and going to have them engage with your posts, comment on your posts, share your posts, and ask you more questions about our beloved businesses, about your products, your services, or your opportunity. And that's what I love to teach our team, is using attraction marketing, using curiosity to pull the right people to us so they are reaching out to you, because we don't have the time to chase. We don't have the time to hound. We don't have the time to nag, beg, borrow, or steal when it comes to building our businesses. And it's much more relaxing and authentic and natural to be posting on Facebook in ways that has audience knocking on your door and sending you messages on Facebook. Would you guys not agree? That's a very beautiful, powerful thing. And it's something that can be easily over time be learned and applied and then relearned and applied, okay? So the first thing we have to do is remembering that because of Facebook's audience growing, this is tip number one, is with Facebook's audience and population growing so widely, the experts are now saying, as a marketer, as a business builder and woman online, we should not be posting any more than 3 posts a day. Now, for some of us, that's not very much. But for some of us, posting 3 times a day is a lot, okay? So if your natural way of posting is only 1 or 2 times a day, go for 2, okay? That is kind of the lowest kind of baseline to be building a business. A successful, viable, growing, thriving business is to be posting minimum 2 times a day on Facebook, preferably 3, and no more than 3. Okay, and Facebook is always looking for posts that are social. Okay, social is the key. We're a social media platform, so let's begin with being social and looking for things that are going to be engaging and meaningful and appreciated by your audience on Facebook. So posting, tip number 1, post 2 to 3 times a day throughout your day. And if we're going to get really brainiac here, then we also have to remember that if we do not space our posts out from the morning to the mid-afternoon to the evening, or in the morning and then late afternoon, or however your time clock works, take into consideration that number 1 within that, like 1B, would be to make sure we space them out. And why do we have to space them out? It's like if you were to tell your children, if they were young, if you tell them to do 3 things, they're only going to remember 1. Okay, that's the basics. That's a pretty funny way to look at it, but it's true. So if we want our audience to see our posts, to think about our posts, to be able to absorb them, and for us to actually choose when they see them, we have that control by spacing our posts out. If you have them too close together, it's like telling your 2-year-old or 3-year-old 3 things to do, and likely they're not going to remember any of them. So for us to have the biggest impact, for them to absorb our information and to see our posts, because they only open up their phone a few moments at a time, right? Just like us. We only open up our phone a few moments at a time, so we have to make sure we space them out so they see them. If you put them too close together, Facebook doesn't know what your audience should see or wants to see, so sometimes they don't show them at all, okay? And it confuses your audience. We are business women. We are business builders. So play by Facebook's rules and win, okay? So the next tip when it comes to tip number 2 is when we post is to be attentive to when you know your target audience is online. Okay, this is kind of a fun one, but we know when most of our girlfriends are online. You know, if they're mummies, well, it's going to be around nap time, you know, right around lunchtime. They might be able to sit in on a webinar. They're going to be able to sit in and scroll Facebook, or they're going to sit in to a little video clip that you sent them, right? So think about that. When is your audience have the most time on their hands where they're going to pop in and see your posts? So, and that's where you're going to put the posts that you want them to see. Okay, the post very crafted and put together in a period of time where they are going to see it, and that's tip number 2. All right, so going into remembering that, you know, 'tis the season to give. Always on Facebook, your post is going to be shown more and faster out there on Facebook land when your friends open up their phones if you give before you receive. Okay, I know it's kind of crazy. We want to grow our businesses, but we have to give before we receive. And what I mean by that was tip number 3 is before you post, before you do your live video, before you do a little noontime little quote or image or anything like that, give before you receive. Go to Facebook, scroll your timeline, comment and engage, like, on at least 5 to 7 posts, okay? 5 is the minimum, okay? Before you post, give before you receive. That's tip number 3, I think it is. So, and that is really important because it's showing Facebook that you're trying to be social, okay? And you're actually get rewarded for it because your post is going to be shown first thing in number 1 before a lot of other posts get shown, because Facebook is trying to reward you for being social, okay? Play by their games and win, all right? So, with purpose, okay? Now, we are business owners. If we think about this as a business owner, you know, you might not be, either you have a small team or a big team. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are, StephanieDeChetto.com Taylor. It doesn't matter if you're Coca-Cola. The thing is, it has to come with purpose and some strategy. We have to begin thinking a little bit beyond the norm of what we do and why we do it. So if we know, let's use Black Friday for example, we know that Black Friday was coming. We as smart business owners know that Valentine's Day is coming, Christmas is here. Certain trends and resolutions are going to be happening in January. Certain people are going to be falling off the wagon before Valentine's Day. Then there's Mother's Day. Everything has its season, so you can ramp up. The thing is when you know a holiday season is coming, you begin the conversations before you do the posting. You re-engage with people, you reconnect with people, you begin to ramp up your communications and your strategies of just conversing and being friendly, okay? Then when you have your Black Friday celebration or a special going on, they remember you, okay? I can't remember what I had for supper 5 nights ago. So your Facebook audience has a hard time remembering what you were posting about last week, okay? So if we ramp up by communicating and conversing and connecting with women, then we do our sales event, or we do our messaging, or we do some promotions, then we get to give appreciation, then we get to have celebration. It's a roller coaster of business throughout the holiday season, throughout all the seasons of the year. Remembering if we follow some of those basic guidelines that other big companies are doing, we can win too, all right? So the last tip I want to leave you with is remembering when we're building our businesses on Facebook, it is social first, okay? The very first tip I want to leave you guys with, the last ones of the night, keeping this really short and sweet, is we have to mix it up, okay? We cannot be posting about your business every single day. Okay, if we're only posting 3 times a day, if you guys are popping in the middle of this, you might want to catch the beginning because I give some really great tips at the beginning. But if we're posting the 3 times a day, if you're posting one of those is constantly about your business, you're still going to tune your audience out. Even if you believe it has value, even if you believe that you love your product to the moon and back, your audience might not. So you have to give your audience a break, but still give them something of value and goodness and appreciation that they can engage on. Does that make some sense? So we have to make sure we mix it up. We have some humor. We share some life adventures, good and bad. We share lifestyle, which is, posts where, you're so grateful for what's going on in your world. Show that you're out playing with your kids or spending time with your grandparents or doing Christmas shopping or having a gift wrapping party, cookie baking, wine tasting, go do something fun for yourself and get out of the house. Show that you have a life outside your business and your business is a part of you, but not all of you, okay? So, and also, if you're posting using curiosity and intrigue, which can also include appreciation, gratitude, or celebration, using intrigue, using curiosity of saying, like for me, example, one that I did earlier a couple weeks ago was gratitude. Of just being like, I am so dang grateful on the very first biggest snowstorm of the year that I actually didn't have to commute. The hardest part of my commute was going back to the coffee pot and getting another cup of coffee in my fuzzy slippers. That's a gratitude post. So give something 3 or 4 times a week that kind of alludes to your business or alludes to your product, your service, your opportunity, but creates conversation and intrigue. Like I shared before, don't just gush over the whole ending of the story of the movie. Create some intrigue and curiosity. So use appreciation, use celebration, use humor, and obviously, our own personal results. 1 post per week is what the experts are saying, to be very blatantly and explicit, where you're saying, reach out to me for more information about this. This is like, this is the bomb. Or, for me, you guys know that I love my liquid collagen. That's my go-to thing because, I don't know how I could get by without it. So, but 1 explicit post per week, 3 to 4 that create intrigue, and the rest, can be inspiration, can be, my favorite E's, which is exciting and empowering and entertaining and enlightening and encouraging and empowering, all those E words, mixing up throughout your week before that. So these are some of the biggest ideas. I really wanted to give you some ideas. The last one is ask yourself when you're looking at your timeline, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like this is a salesy infomercial page? Or is this going to have your friend, when they're connecting with you for the first time, really stop and scroll and read and want to get to know you better, and your company and your product or services over time, okay? So what stops your scroll can be used as a positive and a negative. I'm using it as a positive. What can you emulate within your own timeline that is duplicatable on and off throughout the year? That is going to have people reaching out, happily accepting your friendship request, happily messaging you back and forth and having a conversation, or your messages just, not being answered or being responded to. Okay, so these are some of the biggest, biggest bang for your time posting on Facebook tips I wanted to leave you guys with tonight. As always, if you guys got some value, mash those emoticons. This is definitely team and share worthy. So you guys have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you guys all on the sunny side of life tomorrow. Bye, guys.